Welcome to Fitness Fridays, and today's fitness focus is flexibility, which is really important. And we're going to use a lot of different things in today's session. A chair to start in. I'm going to transition down to the floor and use a yoga mat. However, you can transition to a bed and do the stretches there. We're also going to utilize something to stretch our shoulders. That could be a broomstick, a cane, a gift wrap roll that you may have. We're also going to use something to stretch your legs. What I have here is a yoga strap. However, what you can use at home is 2 neckties, which are tied together, or a sheet, okay, to pull up, or even a dog leash would work great as well. So let's get started. And I'm going to have you sit towards the edge of your chair and set your feet wide. I'd like you to press your hands out in a big way. You're going to reach down to the floor, feeling a stretch in your low back. Let your head hang heavy. And now I want you to roll it up 1 vertebrae at a time, ending with a shoulder roll back. We're going to do that 2 more times. Hands are big. You reach low, getting as low as you can. And then you roll it up like a puppet, rolling up into a sitting position. Roll those shoulders back 1 more time. Hands out big. Stretch those fingers. Reach it low. And roll, roll, roll. Right back up. You're going to scoot to the back of your chair now and bring 1 knee up towards your chest to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that leg down. Let's do that opposite hip. Pulling back, feeling your low back release a little bit. Holding for 3, for 2, and 1. Sitting tall, making sure your hips are to the back of your chair. Take 1 hand across your body to the opposite armrest. Reach the other arm behind you and look behind you, rotating your neck to what is comfortable. Let's hold this stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release to center. Opposite arm comes across, reaches behind you to look behind you. Go to what's comfortable in your neck. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and center 1 more time each direction. Reach across and behind. This time, as you're rotating back, focus that you're not leaning over to the side that you're pulling towards. You want to keep your pelvis stationary so that you really can focus on what that trunk is doing. And let's release it and keep that same focus when we work to that opposite side, right? Reaching back, good. Hips stay nice and even, and you relax. Now, keep those hips back, hands across the chest. We can flex forward and come back. Let's just loosen up that low back. Come forward and back, and 1 more. Real dynamic here, and back. Now, clasp those hands behind your head so that your head will cradle back into your hands, and I want you to bring your elbows back. As you look up towards the ceiling, imagine like you're looking up to the sky. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Come forward. Let's do that again. Cradle that head. Go back. Feel a stretch here. Open up and relax. Let's do 1 more time. So leaning back, stretching. Good. Looking high. Taking a deep breath. And exhale to return to center. You're going to scoot forward a little bit. And what I'd like you to do on the count of 3 is to take your ankle over your knee. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I want a big lift. You're going to let that knee relax down to the floor. Make sure you're not pulsing on it and giving it CPR. You just want to keep it relaxed. And now lift your chest and hold your posture tall. Let's continue to hold this stretch. Deep breaths. Let's hold for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and release down. On the count of 3, we're taking that opposite side up in a big way. 1, 2, 3. Nice big lift. Tall posture. Knee relaxes. Continue to hold this stretch. We take for granted our hips and how much we need this type of motion. For example, to put on our shoes and our socks, to sit comfortably in all different types of chairs. This is really important. But as you get comfortable in this position, Don't let those hips get lazy and that pelvis to rotate back. So stay nice and tall with this. Keep holding here for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Release down, scoot your hips back, extend one leg, and we're going to work on the ankles a little bit. The ankle alphabet is wonderful, but we don't quite have time for that. So instead, I'm picking the word Friday, and I'd like you to spell it in capital letters, nice big block letters, really exaggerated with that right ankle or whichever leg you have extended. And you finish it up and release that foot down. Now extend that opposite side, and we're going to get a little tricky here with a cognitive task. I'd like you to spell Friday backwards. So start with that Y and keep it going. I'll give a little silence here as you focus on that spelling and you finish it up. Excellent. Foot comes down and your hips come out. Extend one leg out. Opposite knee stays bent. Heel is down, toes are up. Push that knee down. Lift your pelvis tall. Hands reach out, and you're going for that hamstring and calf stretch, trying to go towards the toes if you can, but it doesn't matter how far you go. What matters is that you're feeling a stretch, you're sustaining the stretch, and holding it for 5 more seconds, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Relax that foot back, extend that opposite leg, set your heel down, your toes up, your knee is straight, your pelvis rotates forward, hands come out, and you're diving down as far as you can, feeling a stretch, sustaining your stretch, holding it and breathing. Make sure the further you go down, the more your knee doesn't flex. You want to keep that nice and straight. Let's continue to hold for 3 more seconds, for 2, and for 1, and relax that foot back. We're now going to transition to lie onto your back for some shoulder stretches. So I'm going to stand up from my chair and use my chair to support me as I come onto one knee, the opposite knee, bring my hands down. I've got a forearm down, my hips down, so that I can gently lower down onto my back with my legs nice and straight, and I'm going to grab, imagine a roll of gift wrap, and my arms are long. I'm going to reach both arms up and overhead. Remember, pain-free is important. Stretch is good. Reaching up and lowering down. If your back is bothering you in this position, you can modify it by bending your knees and still focusing on that stretch of that upper body. Big reach and lower. And we're going to do 5 more before we hold at the top. Lower the arms down. Here's your 4. Lower it down. Last 3. Reaching high. Good. 2 more. Up and down. And on this last one, hold those arms as high as you can. Feel that stretch. Tuck your chin down and take a deep breath. On that exhale, arms come down in front. Keep your left palm down. Turn your right palm up. I want you to sweep your arms up to the side, stretching through that shoulder, and sweep it back down. Again, sweep out to the side and back down. And you have 3 more. Sweeping out and lowering down. Last 2, sweep it out and down. And one more time before we switch that hand position, sweeping the arms out and lowering down. Right palm goes down, left palm goes up. You're going to sweep your arms to the left side now and then lower down. Give me 4 more, sweeping out. Good work. Again, if your low back starts to bother you, you just want to bend your knees and keep your focus on your arms. You've got 2 more. Out to the side and down. And one more time, out to the side. And you release, placing this prop aside, and now bringing one knee up towards your chest. You're going to get that stretch similar to what we were doing in the chair. If you need to bend that opposite knee, you can. Hold for 3, for 2, for 1. Release down. Switch to the opposite side. hugging that knee inward. Remember, no pulses, just a sustained stretch. Continue to hold. 3, 2, keep that leg there. If you can, bring both knees up to the chest. If you want to go so far as rocking that pelvis up, you can. But remember, the goal of this is to feel a stretch and hold it. No pulsing. And you can rock gently side to side. And then you're going to release your feet down, arms down by your sides. Let's work on those hips. You're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee and allow that knee to rotate out, opening up the hip, providing a little overpressure here. You can stay here if this is comfortable and you're feeling that stretch. If you'd like a challenge, you can let your legs come up towards your chest, hugging your hands behind that one thigh. You continue to hold here, using your breath to carry you through the stretch, and then you release. And carefully return that foot to the floor. Let's work that opposite side, crossing ankle over knee, allowing the hip to open. That knee goes outward, no pulsing, just a gentle bit of overpressure. Continue to hold here. If you would like, you can bring your legs up, pull upwards, give some support, and stay in that stretch, using your breath. Continuing here for 3, for 2, and 1. Release your feet down. Keep your feet together. Open your knees out to the side for a clamshell. Every person is different. The goal is not to push and pulse, but rather allow gravity to draw those legs down. Make sure that the type of material of your pants is not your limiter. Denim is not in your favor with this stretch, so wear something nice and loose for this stretch and just hold and take a deep breath. And exhale, we draw our knees together. So for our next stretch for our legs, I'm going to use that strap. You can use a leash. You might need some help of someone to set you up with this, but I'm going to place this around my leg and my foot. I'm going to start with this knee bent, and I'm carefully going to bring this leg up. Now, it's easy to keep that knee bent and continue to go forward, but that's not what you want. You want that knee to be straight. If you can tolerate this, it would be wonderful if you could keep this leg straight as well. So the goal is that 90-90. Okay, so starting here, coming up here, and you're 90 degrees at that hip. This is a tough one. You might cramp if you move too fast, so take this slow and gentle and release it back down. Let's do that again. So you're going to bring your leg up, not pulling up like so, but rather keeping your upper body relaxed and go as far as you can keep that knee straight. Continue to hold, and then you relax. Now, to best show you in both angles, from here, you're going to rotate onto your opposite hip to draw this knee into a bent position and your heel towards your seat so that you're stretching your quad. You're going to be able to see this a little bit better when I go to the opposite side, but hold it here and release. Now, you can do 1 rep, but I would say 3 reps of this is wonderful. 3 sets of 20 seconds is key for those hamstrings. Let's work that opposite side, lowering yourself down, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your back, drawing that leg up as far as you can, and holding here. The more you pull your toes towards your nose, the more you're going to get that calf stretch. Remember to do nothing fast and continue to hold here. You're doing great. And you're going to release down. We're going to transition into that quad stretch so that you can lie onto your side, bend your knee, and pull. This is a tough position to get into. If you can, it's wonderful. It's a great stretch for the front of your thigh. And we continue to hold here, and then we relax. I'm going to take this strap off of my foot so that we can finish with some trunk rotation and neck rotation. Arms are out. Bend both knees. Rotate to one side. Look the opposite way. Come center. Rock it the other way. and center. One more time each side, and center. Opposite side, and center. I'll roll towards you and sit it up. The key thing with stretching, here's your tip. It has to be done daily, okay? To do stretching 2-3 times a week, you'll feel good while you stretch, but you want to make it habit. So what I often say is try to implement your stretches during something that's already habit. So if you always have breakfast at the same time, maybe you do your stretches before or after. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time.